listening to the ASMR Music Radio Show. Big bad and serious. Keep it locked, don't move. It's a house thing.
Yes, it's happening. This is the ASMR Music Radio Show. Deep House, Soulful House, Garage, Soul, Funk, Broken, you name it, we throw it in the mix. One of the only shows to be on the air once a week, bringing you all the upfront stuff we can find. For 6.5 years, we've been going for quite a while now, and I hope you're enjoying the journey. What we've got coming up in this week's show, well, we've got a bundle of garage just coming up in the next few minutes. We've got our top 3 tracks. We've got a 3 from B&S Concept. They've got so much music out at the moment, I thought I'd showcase some of their new stuff. And in the second hour, tons of great music. Just hold tight. Let's start things off with a little bit of garage.
You're listening to the ASMR Music Radio Show.
ain't no stopping this one, baby.
Music Radio Show.
Three absolutely gorgeous garage tracks there, back to back, and as usual, I'll dedicate them to DJ Havoc. How you doing, mate? First up we had Grant Nelson and MJ Cole and Big Ben. That was followed by J Funk, played this last week, and Deep Into the Night. And at the end there we had Raw Pulses from Jack District. We tend to find that a lot of the garage and deep house sometimes interblend. You get a lot of garage versions on the deep house track, so I thought I'd play that because that was very nice too. It's been an absolutely stunning week for deep house music, well, music across the board. There's so much good stuff in the show this week, and I got some really nice music sent to me, and plus I got this. Well, I picked this up actually. He was going to send it to me, but the label haven't sent it to him yet. Manuel Kane, something brand new from him, just to let's get things moving. This is called Club Loco.
Hey, this is Manuel Kane and you're listening to the best in deep house only on the ASMR Music Radio Show.
Daniel Kane never ceases to just impress me every time a record comes out by him, and if I call him up or reach out to him, he always sends them to me, but this one he just couldn't get hold of, so I got it, mate. Thank you so much. I remember meeting Manuel for a bite to eat in the West End once, and what a lovely, humble, talented musician in a day job, works hard. Big shout out to you and your family, Manuel. Thank you for that. That was called Club Loco, and something brand new from him. Right, let's get into our top 3 tracks, and this week they are beautiful. They totally reflect what this show is all about. So, without further ado, let's dive in.
Hey, this is Ralf from GoGo Music, and you're listening to the ASMR Music Show.
Prehn, and you're listening to the ASMR Music Radio Show.
I'm going with you today. And all this is
top 3 tracks for this week on the ASMR Music Radio Show. If you've just joined us, welcome. My name is Chris Rock and I'm your curator and fellow deep house lover. Hope you're enjoying it so far. So what did we play? Well, first track was more of an Afro soul deep house track, as they call it. It's Ralf featuring Monica, Blaire, and a lovely track called Awa. I think it's AWA. Well, anyway, and that was the edit. Now there is a longer version which is absolutely gorgeous and kind of just reflects more of the deepness of the track, but that was lovely. And then that was followed by Prehn from the Flavoritism Volume 10 EP they've got out at the moment on Osokoi. Beautiful record. It Won't Hurt. Go and find that. And at the end there, as I promised, Saison with the Folk extended remix. Well, it wasn't extended because I cut it down, of a track called Suffer. Now, if I were you, I'd go back to the playbacks, listen to that again, or go and literally find that track and find it on the streaming sites and listen to the whole thing. It is a pure deep house masterpiece. Great record. Right, that was our top 3. I hope you enjoyed them. Let's get straight back into it with something new on Mora Records, and this is from Steve End. This is very good. Check it out.
Don't have any attention focused on how you shine the sun. So then, let me connect this with the problem of birth and death. It puzzles people enormously, of course.
Something new there on Mora Music. That was Steve End and Miracle. I'm loving the way they're putting little ID tags at the front to say what label it is. We've been doing that for years, guys. Nice idea though. Right, we've got so much music to cram in. This week I got a brand new track at promo. Well, 2 actually. I'm not going to play the one until next week. From Peter Mac, and this is called Union. Brand new on his label Barking Mad. I think it's forthcoming. Oh, check this out. It's beautiful. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. I did tell him when I got it that it was a banger. Pete, it's a banger, mate. What a track. Lovely stuff. That's forthcoming from Peter Mac on his label Barking Mad Music, and that is called Union. He's got another track coming out soon as well, which I'll give you a preview next week of that one as well. Right. Anyway, before we get into it, let me tell you can reach out to us. If you're a producer, an artist, or somebody just wants their music exposed, if it's good enough, it will get on the show, I promise you. Just email us at asmr-music@pm.me. Or if you can't write that down or you can't remember it, go to the Facebook page, which is simply ASMR Music in one word. All the details are there. Right, I'm going to get into the mix for the next 10-15 minutes. There's so much good music out there. It's just nice to put it all together into one nice little chunk of great music. Let's start things off with that gorgeous cut from Yuichi Inoue. I can't get enough of this. And this is called Back to Me. I'll see you in a while.
freedom when I embraced the love I found. Learned life's lessons, now I'm standing proud. The music's playing in my own place in time. Journey of love with no limits, just right, just right. Cause I found my freedom when I embraced the love I found. Learned life's lessons, now I'm here and I'm standing proud.
musicians and real people play, the timing shifts. Little imperfections and nuances and expressions that take place. Little imperfections and nuances and expressions that take place. Use your instinct.
Some absolutely fabulous music out there at the moment, and that was about 6 tracks back to back there, courtesy of myself, just mixing and blending. I'm totally enjoying myself. So what did we play? So at the top of the whole mix there was Yuichi Inoue and Back to Me. That's brand new on Delve Deeper. That was followed by Tony Deledda featuring Becky Hall and a track called Found Freedom. And then that was followed by Joselacruz and I Wanna Be. And then Intro Beats followed them with The Sounds That Heal. And then that was followed by that banger, Adam Nyquist. That's going in my top 3 next week, I think. And that was called Musical Instinct. And squeezing it in at the end there, brand new cut from Franck Roger called Rendezvous. Very nice. That was a nice bit of de-stressing after a really terrible week I had this week. Hope you had a better week than me. Anyway, let's play something new. You know, I was mentioning earlier on, just before we went into the mix, that if you want to send music to the show, you can. Well, Pete Whiteley and his lovely wife, I want to say a big shout out to you because she's a big fan of the show and I just want to say hi. He sent me his new record. Really nice of him. People don't have to, but you know, if you've got a show that's being broadcast once a week out there, if you can get your music on the show, what does it hurt? But obviously tell that to some of these muggy promo companies. But anyhow, this track here is absolutely beautiful. It's called Let Me Love You and it is so good. So I dedicate this one to Pete and to his wife, and I hope you're enjoying the show. And then after this, we got our Three from B&S Concept, and oh, they're bangers. Let's do this. Track, Pete, Whiteley and Let Me Love You, and that is out now on Cativo Black Records. Okay, good track. Big shout out to you, Pete, and your wife. We're going into our three from, and this week's three from is just me showcasing just the absolute talent that is B&S Concept. I know I play a lot of their music and you guys must be thinking another B&S Concept record, but they send us music. We will provide a service of playing that music for you. These tracks are exceptional. You can get them. They're all out now, I think, via One, and one of them is actually a Bandcamp exclusive. If you are a Bandcamp lover and buyer like me, dive in. Anyway, without further ado, 3 tracks back to back from B&S Concept. I'll see you on the other side.
ASMR Music.
Hey, this is Tim Hayes from Tidy Dabs, and this is the ASMR Music Radio 3 from.
This is Hervé and Cedric from B&S Concept, and this is the ASMR Music Radio Show.
Just peace. Just peace. Just peace. Just peace.
Welcome back. 3 tracks there from the mighty B&S Concept. Big shout out to Herb and Cedric out there in France. How you doing, guys? Loving the music, man. What a threesome of beautiful tracks there. So what did we play? First up, we had I Need Your Love. That's out now on Phoenix Music. That was followed by B&S Concept on their own label, and that was called basically 2 S's in there, mate. Only one. Don't need one. And that was a Cup and String extended remix. Obviously, a lot of these are edits that I do. The extended remix is around about 6 to 8 minutes, and it's definitely worth you checking them out. If you do just like listening to sonic satisfaction, these tracks do that. And at the end there, as I was saying, exclusively on their Bandcamp site, they are celebrating 1,000 subscribers on SoundCloud, so they've put an exclusive track on Bandcamp. Not sure how that works. You probably said on SoundCloud, right? No, anyway, mind you, SoundCloud, a bit of a rip-off. Anyway, so that was called Just Peace. So 3 tracks, absolutely brilliant. I hope you enjoyed that. Right, we've got one more track to play, then we're going to go into hour 2, and I must squeeze this in. There's so much music, honestly. I must have about 40 or 50 tracks that I really want to play on the show. Now, I do apologise to anyone who's sent music over or asked me to review something. I have just been swamped the last couple of weeks with absolutely brilliant tracks, so I'm squeezing what I can in. But this one, I have to play. It's Oscar Barilla. He's got this forthcoming. It's a brand new track from him on Cyanide. As you know, another one of my favourite labels, and this is called Stand Up. And then we're going to go into hour 2 with our 2 from the soul. See you in hour 2.
body, this is the ASMR Music Radio Show 2 from the soul.
Hey, this is Wolfgang from Gogo Music, and you're listening to the ASMR Music Show.
Hey, this is Peacey, and you're listening to Deep Sonic Satisfaction on the ASMR Music Radio Show.
Oh, lovely bit of music there. This is the ASMR Music Radio Show. Welcome back. This is hour 2, and that was what we do every week. We play 2 cuts of the more soulful, jazzy persuasion. And this week we had a lovely 2 there. So first up we had Audrey Powne from her new EP Feed the Fire, and that was called Feed the Fire. That was followed by Peacey and a lovely track called Playground featuring Rona, and that was Peacey's acid version. I do like that very much. And I was talking to Mr. at Jazz in the Week, and he said that was actually made in the weekend over in Berlin with Rona. So big shout to you guys, great music. So what we got coming up in hour 2? Well, we got a little bit of broken, a little bit kind of alternatives. We got a double, first one for this show, from Suburban Music, which is kind of soulful house. Well, kind of soulful in its whole flavour. Bit of Blaire, it's just beautiful anyway. I won't try and explain it to you, I'll just play it. And then we got a couple of soulful tracks, loads of South African deep house, just the usual fabulous music. So let's dive in. Let's play this from XL Regular. Do like that. XO Regular and Brock Up. There's a couple of kind of more deep house tracks on there as well. Picked up on Track Source the other day and I thought, what is this? It's beautiful. So yeah, good track. Go and find it. So let's keep those kind of alternative vibes going with this. This is forthcoming on Moist Music and it's from Sven Wegner and this is called Spread Your Wings. as I mentioned in the first hour, that I do have to edit these tracks down because some of them are around, 6 minutes long. That one's 5 minutes 14, but we have to kind of squeeze as much music in the show. So I'll put that down to about 3.5 minutes. But there is more to that track, so if you do like that, go and find it on Tidal, Spotify, wherever and when it comes out. I'm not sure when it's coming out, probably in a couple of weeks because I get these quite early from the guys at Moist Music. But that was Sven, Wegner and Spread Your Wings. Believe me, the rest of that track is a banger. As always. Anyway, let's do this week's one and only double. It's from Suburban Music. Big shout to Sebas Ramis. Thank you for all of your support, all the music you send over. And this includes the Sebas Ramis track. It's absolutely beautiful. So sit back and enjoy 2 tracks forthcoming from Suburban. What a label. Check it out. it's a very interesting and very refreshing sort of direction that this label's going these days. When I first discovered Suburban back in the day, they were quite banging, kind of garagey, deep house music, which you could play quite, you know, in a main set. And now they're playing very much beach music. Just think of sunrises on a beach in somewhere like Ibiza. You know what I mean? Beautiful, beautiful music. And these two are just a good example of what is going on with that label. It's lovely. So first up we had Guri and Elder and Roman Jack together for the track called Agua. I think that means sky. I got that in brackets. And then that was followed by Sebas Ramis himself, featuring the vocals of Life on Planets. They're doing a lot of music at the moment. That was called Lullaby. So two absolutely gorgeous tracks forthcoming. They'll be out very soon on Suburban. Nice. Right, let's go soulful with this. I love this album. Ezel and Rona Ray, she's back again. And this is lovely. Played this last week as part of our Three From, which featured the album. Now, if you missed that show and you've missed part of this show, then don't worry. Go back to what we call the playbacks, which is the podcast, which is on Podomatic, which is www.asmrmusicshow.podomatic.com, and it's all over, like, so it'll be on Google Play, etc, etc. So go and find us and you can hear that Three From. If not, go and find the album. It's fantastic. Anyway, let's play this. It's called Endless Summer.
And I could just admire the beauty. hypnotizing. Music's hypnotizing. Everybody's temperature's rising. So get down, so get down, so get down, so get down, so get down.
The problem I find with especially the house music scene in general is music comes and it goes. The turnover is hilarious. It's like the staff at McDonald's, you know what I mean? And you tend to find that a track arrives, say 1 week in, track source, and then the next week it's gone. But this is what I'm saying. If you listen to the show, just keep an eye, see if you can pick it up, put it on your streaming sites, because some of this music is amazing. Like that one we just played there, Raw Silk, and Do It to the Music with Michael Gray's rendition of it, and that was his dub version. And before that, Ezel and Rona Ray and Endless Summer. Beautiful, soulful grooves. Now, let's head towards the Iron Rods, as we call it, the section of South African Deep House, and let's play something from, he's one of Martin Atjaz's friends and mentors. His name is Charles Webster. He actually has the same birthday as me. The guy is a phenomenal talent, always has been, and this, just listen to this. If you're into this music, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is featuring Ursula Rucker. What an artist, and this is called Begin Anew. Something for you newbies into this scene to grab hold of and listen to. It's wicked. Check it out.
Let's begin. Let's begin at the end of that last thing. You know the part when we thought things would never end, never stop hurting? The things that made us think things could not begin anew again, or just begin anew.
There's also an amazing remix on that package as well. Charles Webster featuring Ursula Rucker and Begin Anew. Now if you listen to that, you can hear where a lot of the South African Deep House artists get their influences from. It is, that's just dope, man. I love that record. Anyway, now it's time for the South African Deep House section that I call Iron Rods. If you want to know, I got the name from a DJ who told me that Iron Rods is a saying they say when the crowd in South Africa hear a great record. Probably any sort of record as well, not just a South African Deep House record. And this is exactly the meaning of Iron Rods. It's a new track by Black Chynese. It's called Holy Mist, and it's new on Closer to Truth. This is lovely. Chynese. That's out now on Closer to Truth. I do wish those guys would put me on their promo list because I could be supporting that label so hard. Banging tune. Anyway, talking of a label that always supports and always sends me their music, Delve Deeper Recordings. Yeah, you thought, he's not got another record. And I have. A new one came in last week. There's not one this week, by the way. And this is by Leslie Deep. It's obviously another South African deep house artist. And my guy Liam, he picks them, man. This is another banger. It's called Hear the Sound. You'll like this. started to run towards the end of the show, so I'm going to start playing more music and chat less so you guys can sit back and enjoy the music. 2 cuts there back to back. First up, Leslie Deep, forthcoming on Delve Deeper Recordings, and that was Hear the Sound. That was followed by Kago Soul and One of Us. 2 lovely tracks there. Right, as I just said, we're winding down. Got a few more tracks to play, well, quite a few, but we're going to go a bit more mellow on the Iron Rod section here. We're going to go into the more mellow side of South African Deep House, and I'm going to play a couple of really nice, deep, smooth, relaxing tunes. So sit back, get your pipe out. With me, it's going to be a Diet Coke or a coffee, and just enjoy these beautiful music.
the home of iron rods with Chris Rock.
As I said, 2 tracks there back to back on the more mellow side of South African deep house. First up we had McFarlane, that's with a 4 in the middle, so that's MC4LEN, and that was called Kenish. That was followed by Legacy 202 from their brand new EP, and that was called Pandora, and that's out now on Deep Stitched. Hope you enjoy that. Beautiful South African deep house, I've got to tell you. Wonderful stuff. Right, let's keep it deep. Got a few more tracks to play, and then we're out of here, but let's enjoy these.
doing? This is Finest Wear, and you are listening to the ASMR Music Radio Show, the finest deep house.
Yo, 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 this is Dom Scott giving a big shout out to Chris Rock, the ASMR Music Radio Show, supporting the best house music on the radio. Keep them coming, keep it deep.
just thought I'd go into the mix and bring you 3 tracks blended together, I think beautifully there. They just matched so nice. First up, Trinidadian Deep and The Feels. That was followed by Mario B and Canado. Big shout out to Canado. And at the end there, Enrique Iturralde, and that's forthcoming on Yacina Records, and that was called Come On. Right, that wraps the show up for this week. I just went into the mix there, got lost a little bit. But anyway, I'll see you same time, same place next week for more deep house, just like this, with a little smattering of everything else. I'll see you next week. Take care of yourself. No playing us out. That's the end of the show. Take care of yourselves. Have a great week.